Hi guys, it's Blackie and welcome back to my channel. Today, continuing in the Ground Pounder series, I'm going to keep a promise that I promised several months ago when it was warm. I said that when it gets cold, I'll show you how to outfit a M-65 field jacket for winter. Okay? Now, depending on where you're at is how intense and how in-depth you got to go with this. But this is the way that I have found to make this jacket perform the best for me down in the temperatures that I'm going to be facing, which is down to the low 20s or the teens. Okay? Now we're going to start with your standard M-65 field jacket. And you're going to make sure that all the buttons are still on it. Sometimes when you get the surplus one, somebody needed a button and they removed a button. Or you need to add a button. So make sure you got all the buttons in place, especially the ones inside the cuffs. There's this flap that comes out, and when you look inside in here, there's a button right there inside the sleeve. That's going to become important. All right, now let's talk about liners. There is a difference. This is an original 1960s liner. This is a later liner. The difference? The color and the buttons. When you look at the front face of, there is no buttons. There's a holes right here, but there's no buttons. When you look at the later model ones, they have buttons on them and the buttonholes. So this can be put on by itself as a light jacket. Now I like to use it as a sleeping jacket. And what that means in English is that when I'm camping with this and I'm ready to go to bed that night, I will unhook and pull off the M-65 and then fold this up to become a pillow. And I've showed that in an earlier video where I can fold it into the hood as part of the jacket to become the pillow. That does two things. One, this remains on me and I can button it closed to give me warmth while I sleep, and also it's very slick. And so therefore me rolling around in my sleeping bag, it doesn't bind me up. Okay? So it's additional warmth, plus it's very easy to maneuver inside the bag. It also, my head keeps this jacket warm during the night. So in the morning when I get up, instead of me getting up wearing nothing and I got to start out and put on ice cold clothes that's been laying over there, everything's still warm. So all I got to do is get up and then put this jacket on. Okay? Now since I'm going to put two liners in this for extreme weather, this is, like I said, it's an old one and it does not have the extra buttons on it. You could add them. And that's what happened was guys in the field started just adding extra buttons on here so they could button this on and wear it when they were sleeping, or wear it as an additional light jacket around when they didn't want to wear the full-size M-65, excuse me. So therefore, what I'm going to do is I'm going to first start and I'm going to put on the one that I want all the way to the bottom, okay? And that's going to be that one. I'm going to start out by taking this liner and I'm going to put it on. This is going to be the one that's the most inner. Because remember, I'm going to pull that one out to wear. Now, I've got it like that. Now I will take the one with the buttons and I will grab that tab like that so it don't roll up, and I'll slide it on. Grab that tab, reach around, slide it on. Make sure it's laying flat. Also, and I need to on this one, make sure you get rid of all these little bitty threads. I know you can't see that, but they'll bind you up during the night. And this is really tough thread. And the problem with it is that you can cut a finger. I mean, you can cut a hand. I've had one of these threads get bound up and I'd go to move my hand and actually cut myself. A thread can, especially when it's cold and your skin's dry and everything else, and you're old like me, you can do it. So Get rid of all the threads before you start doing this. Alright. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just put the button of this outer one on right quick. And now I'm going to, again, keeping those tabs together, I'm going to grip, I'm going to line up, make sure that these tabs are together. Alright, I'm going to put on the M-65. Now this goes without saying, but you got to have a jacket big enough to fit you, you know. And I'm wearing layers already, so this is going to be a touch snug. Now once I get it there, make sure your sleeves are pulled like you want. Now, opening up the jacket, open up my buttons. I will start with my first layer, and I will grab that button right there, and I'll put that button in, just like that. And then we'll go down lower to the lower button, and I'll put that button in. And now over here on this side, I will button that button, go down, button the next button, and you guessed it, do the lower button. Now I take the second liner and do the same thing, buttoning it on. Just like this. Alright, take this one and you just simply button them on the front. This will make sure they stay in place when I go to take it off and it doesn't bind up on it. So, the biggest frustration I found with running more than one liner is it wanted to bunch up on me whenever I went to, I just put them in, lay them flat on the desk, and then when I'd go to put the jacket on, it was always bound up somehow. But I found if you just put it on, right there. Now, very carefully, I'm going to reach around and grab those tabs, and I'm going to pull my arm out, leaving that liner to right there. I'm going to open this one up, grabbing those tabs in there, slide my arm out. Now don't go to fiddling with it. Right now the arm is straight. If you go to do it, you might twist the arm up. Okay? Now I come in here on the inside and I find the innermost one. I put on that button. The next one I put on that button. Just like that. Okay? Then I go to the far side. Again, same thing. Do the buttons. This is one of the best thought out pieces of field kit I've ever had. I've used an M-65 for 50 years, really. I mean, I got mine in the late 60s, early 70s when I got my first and used them. All right, now, once I put it on, I'll adjust this cuff. Again, going to the other side. Pull that back where I can see it. The insulation value of 2 liners on an M-65, it's pretty impressive how cold it's going. You can easily go down into the low teens, all the way down, probably down to 0. But I don't live in an area where you can get that cold. Low teens, although the other morning we had an Arctic blast come through and the wind chill and all made it feel like it was 5 degrees. So, all right, now wait a minute, make sure I ain't got twisted up here. All right, there it is. Okay, there's that one. There we go. Yeah, that's what happened was that end of it had got twisted, and so it's not going to lay flat, so I had to unhook and rehook. There, twist it around. It wants to roll right on the end of the sleeve. And if you're not careful, you'll end up with it bunched up and it'll be way too tight. Now, you can do that in extreme cold if I intentionally want to stop wind blowing up or something, but I've got the cuffs that will anchor into it, that have a cinch strap on it. Okay, now, so we've got that done. Grabbing both liners up here at the top, grabbing the collar, lay it out flat, and come up here on the top and put the two buttons on here. Just like this. Okay, now that I've got the two liners in it, this has greatly enhanced this jacket's ability. But there's another trick we can do to make it even warmer in extreme conditions. And I learned this trick from an old soldier that had served during the Cold War in Germany and several other very cold places. And he taught me about taking a sock, something soft, fairly thick cotton, and taking a hand warmer. And what he would do is, opening this up, he would go between the two liners. Okay? So I lift this one out of the way and I leave the one in here. Now, this is going to be the one that if I was going to be wearing this to sleep in tonight, taking this out, this liner, the one closest to the back, this one will be staying in the jacket. Okay. He would figure out the place roughly where he wanted it for this sock to go like that across his lower back, his kidneys, because if you warm the kidneys, you warm the body. He would then put this sock in here and he would take a good diaper pin. Now, don't trust them little bitty dang safety pins. They're super cheap, come out of China today. Find actual diaper pins or something a lot stronger. Or go to a sewing shop and look for heavy duty ones. Don't look for them little thin ones. They bend and it'll end up sticking you. Ask me how I know. Get the heavier ones. Now what you're going to do is, I'm going to show you it this way just because it's easier. You're going to take the toe of the sock and you're going to go through it, through the line of material and back up and put it so that the pin, the top of the safety pin is facing down. Okay? It works better this way. And you're going to put it right here in the middle. Now the toe, you're going to go all the way through. On the neck opening, you're only going to go on through the side right here that's closest to the actual material. This leaves this open like a pocket. Okay? So, on that very cold night or whatever, on guard duty or whatever, he could take the jacket off, he could take a hand warmer, activate it, and slide it in by laying the jacket down, open it up like this, and push it down into the sock, see? Laying it flat right there against his kidneys. Then laying this down, he would then put the jacket on, see? This puts a heating cell that's going to run for hours and hours between these two, and it's going to spread and radiate throughout the whole thing, greatly increasing your heat and how warm you are with it. So that's a little tip or trick I wanted to share with you. Now, once you put on your M-65 with your dual liners in it, excuse me, I'm going to take my outer layer off I've got on right now. Too many layers to fit all that on me. Okay. Now, it fits. See? I would zip it up, seal it up to me. And I know many of you in the comments are going to ask me, Blackie, where can I get one? These days you're probably have to go because we're a little more awesome than we were when we were 18 years old. You have to go onto eBay or something and just buy a modern version. I have heard good and bad things about all of them. It's just going to depend on what you need and what you get. But I've seen them where they've been sold for, Sportsman's Guide had them not long ago, all the way up to like XX, XXX. And they were coming with the liner, one liner with them. And it was like 70 bucks. So that might be something you want to look at. Now, some sort of scarf, which I'm using a net right here. It's very handy for this. I want to be able to open up. I want to take this, come around the back of my neck like this, standing that collar up. Now I want to take this and I want to cross it just like that. Okay, now whenever I snap it closed or zip it up, this is almost too warm, and it's right now about 40, I think the last time I looked at my phone it was 43 degrees, and this is almost too warm to wear right now. But you see how it bunches up around the back of the head, how it fills in this gap completely to help hold the heat, and yet being this mesh, it allows my head to move. It doesn't feel like it's binding on me, and therefore it'll be better. And of course, you will go and adjust your cuffs, pull it, tuck it. It's a little bit fiddly. I like, in cold weather, open up the sleeve, let that point stick down there. This way that when I'm wearing a glove, it makes a transition. It's not such a dead stop. It's a transition to the top of my hand to help hold heat onto my hand better. Just like that. So I can stick my hands outward, you know, but it's still covering all the way up to the back of my hand. Wearing a glove, it'd be perfect. The old M-65 is still my jacket of choice in the winter. I've used mine for, like I said, 50 years, of different ones. This is my number 2. It's got some stains and stuff on it, but this one is my number 2. My number 1 is my everyday go-to, and it's already set up. I take this one and I set it up like you're seeing now for the dead of winter when I really got to have that cold weather jacket. And I really got to get out here and do stuff. I've still got all my pockets. I still got everything the way I do. I have done the trick with the sock and the heater on top of the kidneys before, when it was going to be down in the low teens, and I had to be out there for whatever reason, usually for a job where I had to be outside and working with this. It makes a difference. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this content. If you have, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. And there'll be more coming in the Ground Pounder series. Till next time, guys, I'm Blackie wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.